Boo! Did that scare you? Oh, if not, let me try something else to scare you. We've changed our mind and we actually are having final exams and they're going to happen that second week of June. Did that scare you? That one's not true, but I'm just trying to scare you. Why am I scaring you? What does that have to do with our endocrine unit system? Well, we're going to find out right away. What do all these items here have to do with the endocrine system? Well, I'll explain right away. So our next unit is the endocrine system. We're just going to spend 1 week on it. It's a pretty short unit. It's just a lot of terminology. You'd have to learn the name of the gland, the hormone it produces, and the function. So just a lot of terms. A pretty easy one to do on your own. So today in your PowerPoint, I do list you all those terms. I know some of you are at home writing out your notes daily, which is good, which you should be. That's an effective way to keep up and understand and learn these terms for future use. So I did also attach a blank sheet for those of you that like to take notes, just to make it a little bit quicker and easier, because it's a lot of notes today. So I've just summarized the glands that we're looking at, the hormones they produce, then I've just left a spot for you to write the function, and that should match our PowerPoint notes. So like I said, the endocrine system, today we're learning the glands, the hormones, and their function. Okay, so what is the endocrine system before I talk about all these fun props that I have here in my room? Well, the endocrine system and the nervous system are two of our systems that help control our bodies. They kind of do the same thing, but in different ways. Nervous system will be the last system we study in this course. The nervous system, it reacts quickly. It sends these electrical impulses around your body. So it's quick, it's fast, it's rapid fire. You can have an instant reaction. But it's quick, but it doesn't last as long. The endocrine system basically does the same thing, but it has a different approach. Instead of sending these fast impulses to your body, it's slower. They send out their commands through hormones that travel through your blood to different organs in your around your body. So it's the same effect as the nervous system, but because the hormone has to travel through your blood, it takes longer to have an effect. But once it has the effect, it's longer lasting. So the nervous system is fast reacting, but it has like shorter timeline that it works. The endocrine system takes longer to have an effect, but it's longer lasting. So there should be parallels between the two units that we study. So like I said, just kind of a quick overview to explain these props I have to introduce you to the endocrine system. So we're going to look at 8 different glands in our body that are endocrine glands and the effect they have. So the first one is the brain that I do have in my room that I think you've all seen. So we are going to study the brain again when we do the nervous system last unit. So this is a model of the brain. Now in the brain, at the base of your brain, you have a pituitary gland. So the first gland we're looking at is the pituitary gland. It's the size of a pea. That's the size of a pea. So this pea-sized gland, pretend it's at the base of my brain, this is the size of your pituitary. And this is called the master gland. It's really small, but it has the most effect in our body. It produces the most amount of hormones, and it also controls other glands in your body. So it's small but mighty. So the pea-sized pituitary gland we do call the master gland, and you'll see why after you do today's notes. So that's the first gland we'll look at as the pituitary. Then as you go down through the body, I do have a picture of the fetal pig. I know a lot of you are really looking forward to the dissections in this course, and well, that's not really going to happen. But don't worry, if you take grade 12 biology, we will do dissections, not the pig, but we have other things to dissect. So in the diagram, this one right here, so after the pituitary in the brain, when you move down in this area here, you actually have your next 3 glands. You have your thyroid, so that's a picture of the thyroid. You probably can't see that. And then in the thyroid, you have parathyroids. And then around that area, you have a thymus. This picture's had the thymus removed, but you do have your next 3 glands in this area, the thyroid, parathyroid, and thymus. And in the notes, we'll look at what they do. Then moving down the body, the next gland we actually studied it in the digestive system. The next one is the pancreas, so I have it right there out. So we did talk about the pancreas right there when we talked about the digestive system. So the pancreas is a digestive gland. It's also an endocrine gland. So we're going to study that again. That's what it looks like right there. And then you're going to learn about some of the hormones it releases. Then going down in the body, the next thing we have is the kidney. So this is a cross-section of the kidney. And now on top of the kidney, you have this gland, the adrenal gland. So your adrenal gland sits on top of your kidney. So your adrenal glands are that's an endocrine gland. So we'll learn about some of the hormones it releases. And then the last 2, I don't have models because they are from your grade 9 reproduction unit, the ovaries and the testes. So you did learn that back in grade 9 science. We don't have a reproduction unit in grade 11 biology anymore because you've learned all that back in grade 9 science. So you did learn about the testes and ovaries in grade 9 science. So all I have is a model from Remember when I scared you 4 minutes ago with Einstein? How did Einstein produce baby Einsteins? Well, you learned all that back in grade 9 science. So some of the hormones involved would be obviously testosterone for the males, and you learn about the role that estrogen and progesterone had in the females. And then also from the pituitary, there's the LH and FSH hormones also involved in the reproduction system and the menstrual cycle. So some of these hormones, like I said, you've already learned them in grade 9 science. I don't think we mentioned that there were endocrine glands back then, but some of these hormones you have learned. So I know it's a lot of notes and it might be a bit overwhelming, but some of these terms you did learn back in grade 9 science in your reproduction unit. So that's an introduction to the endocrine gland. Like I said, it's one day of notes. I did have a video to kind of summarize it, to kind of help a bit, and then we're just going to discuss it. Remember at our video conference this week, I didn't talk about the disorders and diseases of the endocrine glands. I left that up for you. So you have to do some research before our conference on Thursday. Pick one gland and just talk about one disease or disorder associated with any one of the 8 endocrine glands, but you only have 1 minute to present it to the class. Okay, so that's your introduction to the endocrine gland, and good luck with your notes today, and I look forward to hearing your presentations this Thursday.